Oh, are we on?
Yes, Mr. Hawkins, we are on.
Ah, well, uh, hello everyone. I'd like to say, uh, give a special shout out to all my friends in Miami. For those who don't know me, I'm going to introduce myself again. My name is Odie Hawkins, and I'm here to introduce those who may not know something about my works. I'm here to introduce you to my latest published book. It's called Ancestral Meridians. It'll be out in November, just in time for the Miami Book Fair. So while you're there, uh, take a look. I think it's a very interesting read, of course, since I wrote it. But not only that, I'd like to say, while I have a moment or two, that I've had other books previously published, and you might be interested in those too. I'll start off with the collection I have right here. All in all, I have 28 books, published books, and they're about a variety of subjects in a number of genres. I've been often accused of being too generous in spreading my writing life across a number of genres. I've never wanted to just simply stick with urban fiction or Western romance or any of that. So let's take the latest published one, for example. I became interested in acupuncture some time ago after having had acupuncture treatments. So in this particular novel, the acupuncture needles are going to be used to transport, those of you who read it, it's going to be used to transport you to other realms, to take you to other places. And I'll let it go at that and let you find out for yourself what else happens. The books that I have here on my right side cover a number of subject matters. For example, men friends.
Mm-hmm.
I've often read books about women talking about their friendships with other women and how great things have been with them. I decided to do a book about some of the men friends I've had. Great people, some flawed, some not so flawed, but always interesting. I'll take you to another one here. I'm pulling out things. I'm not a bullfight fan, but I know quite a bit about the bullfight from having been introduced to it about 50 years ago. And it occurred to me after Hemingway, so far as I know, there have not been very many books written about the bullfight. And I don't think that I can think of, I don't think there's ever been a bullfight novel written by an African American author. Matter of fact, I have two. The first one is called Matador Negro, Azúcar, the Black Matador, Sugar. And it's sort of an Obama-esque kind of journey into the life of a man who has a dream. And it's almost impossible to follow that dream in Chicago, so he had to go to Mexico. And that's what it's about. The small one, very thin, begin to cover some ground, but a bullfighter, an authentic bullfighter, named Diego Obolja, read the book and suggested that I do a fuller account. So this is why this one is so thick and covers much more ground.
Mr. Hawkins,
Excuse me?
you had how many books that were initially published by Holloway House Publishing?
I had 17 books published by a defunct publishing company called Holloway House. 17 books. Holloway House tanked. they sold their assets to Kensington Press. Kensington Press opted not to reissue the books, but since I had achieved, I had reclaimed all rights to the books, I went from there to iUniverse, and iUniverse republished the books with new covers by a very, very great photographer named Zola Salena-Hawkins, and they're currently out. For example, I can show you one book cover that was done by Zola Salena. This one I call the Little Urban Gourmet Cookbook. It's kind of a fun thing. I was interested in what a person with a limited income could do with foods that might be purchased at the 99-cent store. And, you know, strangely enough, there are nutritious meals that can be concocted from cheap ingredients. The important thing is to not just simply eat a lot, but to eat well. So that's what the book is about. Zola did the cover. As you can see, it forms a beautiful pattern, a round platter of very many different delicious kinds of food. I would like to point out that because it is 2018, and I've been keeping up to date with what's happening in the current world, which is the future world, if we have one. I came up with the idea of two, I want to call this science fiction book, but that's too limiting, because this is not simply about science fiction. It's about many other areas of human endeavor than fiction. The first one that I wrote is called Lady Bliss, and it documents a outer space mission with 7 men and 1 woman, and that's all I'll say about that. The second book details an outer space mission with 7 women and 1 man. So, there we go. It looks like the Miami Book Fair will be a really great event. I'm sorry that we won't be able to make it, but hopefully for those who have the time and can
Ancestral Meridians.
Ancestral Meridians, we'll come to know each other much better in the future. Thank you so much. And now, cheers.
Cheers. Thank you, Mr. Hawkins.
You're welcome.
It's been a pleasure. Until the next time.
Bon appetit.
Bon appetit.